Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today on this wonderful Sunday afternoon? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope everybody's had a great weekend so far. I hope everybody's been having very positive days. Just always remember, man, be positive, think positive, do positive, so you'll get positive results. Let's give all positive vibes to those people that may need it. We don't know who needs it. We don't know who doesn't need it. We never know what a person's going through throughout their day, throughout their life. So sending positive vibes, saying something nice to them, may just make their whole entire month, year, day, whatever. So we really don't know what a person is going through. So try to be kind, try to be nice to everybody, respectful, and just always try to send positive vibes as much as possible, and that can help uplift people that we don't even know that may need that, that we don't even know may need that, you know what I mean? Like I say, we don't know what people are going through these days, so that's why I try to tell people to stay positive, be positive, get positive results, and hey, you may make somebody's day, their week, their month, their year. You never know. All right, so just wanted to come to you guys today, bring this video to your attention. This is going to be about my car trailer that I modified the fender on. Now, we have lowered vehicles, so what we have to do is, it's a pain in the butt, man. We have to try to, pull the car all the way to one side and try to squeeze out of the car, and the door hits the fender, and it was just a pain in the butt. It's been like that for years, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. At first, I thought I was going to try to put like a piece of wood there to raise the car up on one side to make it, try to clear the fender. But I got a good buddy of mine that actually, I took a page out of his book, and I took his idea, but not really took his idea, but I saw what he did. And like I said, I took a page out of his book, and what he did was he basically cut his fender off the trailer, and then he welded tabs back on the fender and the trailer and made like pins, like screw down pins, to hold the fender when he put it back on. So I did something similar to that, so I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So let's go. So let's get up here, and we're gonna walk to the trailer here. Take my time here, I'm still healing from that foot injury that I had, so just trying to take it easy, All right, so this is what we got. So basically what I did was I put a door hinge on this side of the trailer, and as you can see, we cut the fender off the trailer, and that way we can put the hinge on there. So that's the hinge side, right? All right, come to this side right here. And this is the latched side. So what I've done here, get on my knee. So what I've done here is I put a pin in the latch to hold, this fender locked in place. And I actually drove it home yesterday, and actually, you see, it did good. Didn't really out of place or nothing, but yeah. So, and I actually got a tension spring here. So this tension spring actually keeps this latch closed, and then the locking pin, will keep this pin from going back. Also, this spring. So it's kind of like a double safety feature. And if you haven't noticed, this is a fence latch. It usually mounts with this one going, going horizontal. It's mounted horizontally, but I have it mounted vertical because it's, of course, it's a trailer fender. So, but yeah. So this is a fender latch. This is a fence latch, and like a picket fence latch, or whatever type of fence people use, like those plastic fences nowadays. But so basically, yeah, it's just a fence latch. That's all it is. I got everything from Home Depot, just like a door latch and a fence latch. And I took some 10mm bolts with nuts, and of course I drilled holes, and I put them on both, so put nuts on the back, and then of course the bolts up here. The drill bit I use a stepping bit. So I have a gold stepping bit kit. You can get those from Harbor Freight. That's where I got mine from, and they work great for this application. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the safety spring off. I'm gonna take this pin out so I can show you guys how I did this. See, push that over, and that comes out. All right, so let me stand up because I'm gonna have to lift this fender now. All right, and here we have a hinged trailer fender. And just basically it's going to lay back on the trailer like that. So like so, and then of course, you know, when the car goes up, we'll be able to open the door more, you know, because you notice the tire sits about 2 inches away from the frame here, and the door sits about here, so that's where it kept hitting. So now it'll come all the way to the tire rather than being stopped by the fender. So so you figure 2 inches, 2.5 inches on a door opening is a lot, especially because we always pull to the right side anyway. We always pull more to that side anyway to try to avoid, you know, having to try to suck in and squeeze out of the car, you know what I'm saying? So so yeah, it's just been a pain in the butt over the years, and I finally got around to doing this. I kept saying I was gonna do it, and I finally got around to doing it. So just basically want to get on here and show you guys this modification I did to my trailer fender, and it looks like it's gonna work pretty good. So if you know, just to give you guys an idea, if you guys are having trouble with trying to get out of your vehicles on a car hauler of any kind, you know, this is an option right here. Now, some car haulers come with removable fenders and stuff now. I know back in the day, I used to rent a U-Haul. I used to rent a U-Haul trailer all the time. So when I would rent the U-Haul trailer, man, and the U-Haul trailer was nice because the U-Haul trailer car hauler, it actually had like bungee hooks with like it had like a slot with bungee hooks. You pull the bungee hooks off of both sides of the fender, and it rolled to you this way, and it actually had chains to keep the fender from hitting the ground pretty much. So it was hinged, but it had chains so the fender would only go a certain distance. Because you know, you really only need that fender to come to like right here. You know what I'm saying? When you probably to like right here-ish. You know, when you fender's here, fender's right here, so you probably only need it to roll back probably 90 degrees or so you could, you know, get in the car and open the door, whatever you need to do. So I figured I would, you know, take a page out of my buddy's book and just go a little step further with it. Though I put a hinge on it, I want to do something a little different, you know. So I figured this would work. So I was like, well, shoot, let me try the fence latch, and then let me try, you know, that door hinge, and it worked good. I mean, you can see where I put the 10mm nuts and bolts through there. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be dead honest with y'all. Like, a lot of my bolts and nuts I get from the junkyard. I pull stuff off of cars, and a lot of the 10mm stuff, nuts and bolts like that, you know, you can go to a hardware store and get them and try to match them up. But man, shoot, I just been getting bolts, nuts, screws, stuff like that from the junkyard, man. Lots of assortments, and I'll be honest with you, man, it has helped out a whole lot, man, when it comes to, you know, having to do stuff like that. You know, it just helps a lot. It really does. It helps a lot. That's the fence latch. When it's closed, when it's open, of course it lets the pin out, and then when it's closed, it locks the pin down, and then that safety spring holds that tight, and then that pin, see right there, see right here, that's the hole where the pin goes. All right, and there's a latch there. There's how the latch works. So that pin keeps the latch from moving. So yeah, man. So I just want to basically get on, man, real quick and show you guys my latest invention there. So, and then, but yeah, speaking of the bolts, I bounce around a lot, guys. I apologize, but speaking of the bolts, man, the bolts help a lot. Bolts and nuts help a lot. So if you guys go to the junkyard a lot, man, make it a habit to grab bolts. Get bolts. get bolts, get nuts, get screws, just to have them. You never know, man. You never know when you're going to need little stuff like that, you know, and it always works out. Like if you lose a 10mm bolt, or a 10mm bolt is missing off a car that you bought or maybe working on, you say, man, shoot, I got a whole bunch of them in the back, man, I'll just go grab one. You know what I mean? So that's the way to go on that, for sure. All right, guys, so just wanted to share this with y'all. And if anybody's got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that I possibly can. But this is for guys and gals that have problems getting in and out of their vehicles with the fender in the way. This is one thing you can do, is cut the fender off the trailer and put you like a fence latch or some type of L brackets there with a pin or nut and bolt, whatever you need to hold the trailer fender back down. Of course, I used a fence latch. It worked good for me. And I used a door hinge, and voila. So now I'm going to show you guys. We're going to close it now. Oh, hold on. All right, we're going to close this bad boy up. And see, there's that pin for the fender latch there. So we're going to... Alright. Put him in there. Damn. See, a little secret. So I actually made the trailer fender overlap where I cut. The reason why I did that was because it makes this thing, it makes it fit tighter. See that? See how it popped over there? It usually just click and go right on, but I wanted it to fit tight so it would hold the fender tight. And so there you have that. So that's how it holds that pin down, the fender pin. And then you got your latch here. And then you take your pin and you run that down. And always get you a safety pin, man. The safety pin, let me come around the other way. All right. So a safety pin, it's like a trailer hitch safety pin. So it has that little, it's going to have this little, you know, this little lock here, this little latch. And what that does is it keeps that pin locked in place, keep it from moving. So then I also added, this is funny, this is nothing more than a carburetor spring. But this thing holds enough tension on it to, you know, to keep it in place. And I just simply take it and I hook it right there on the trailer, you know, so it doesn't go anywhere. And like I said, I drove with it last night and it did great. So just make sure your hooks, you know, you got some good hooks there. Make sure they're 90 degrees, not 70, 80, 60, 45, 30, nothing like that. You want something that's going to hook and hook tight. So yeah, there's the pin. The pin's going through there, and it's hooked. So that way the fender doesn't go anywhere. All right, so I figured I'd get on here and share this real quick with y'all. It's a little bit of modification. It's going to help us get in and out of the vehicles better. And I didn't want to just cut the fender off and leave it off. A lot of people do that, and I don't agree with that at all. So a lot of people like to cut their stuff off and leave it. Not me. I wanted to kind of cut the fender, and I wanted to cut the fender off, and at the same time I wanted to put it back on. So I didn't want you know, stuff off the tires hitting the car or flying up hitting the truck or hitting somebody else's vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to conclude this video, everybody. Like I said, if anybody's got any questions, please feel free to Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And leave a comment below if you have any questions or you need me to explain something. You know, but hey, man, this is it. This is my new and improved latest invention with my hingeable trailer fender. All right, everybody. Well, appreciate you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and this wouldn't be a channel without my audience. So if you guys could please help me out, that'd be great. But like I said, if you got any questions about this trailer fender, removable trailer fender here, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I'm on all those sources of social media. Send me a message, leave some comments below on this video, and I'll be glad to help you out the best I can. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Peace.